The congregation, I would ask you to please now to turn your prayerful attention to that very last chapter of the book of 1 Kings. 1 Kings chapter 22. As we come to this last chapter in our series of studies in the book of 1 Kings, let me say by way of introduction, 1 Kings and 2 Kings, just like 1 and 2 Samuel and 1 and 2 Chronicles, are actually one book. We know this not only from the Jews, but we know this from other extant proof. We don't look to that extant proof anyway. But actually, when did this division take place? Well, it took place, it was introduced by the translators of the Septuagint, which is the Greek translation of the Old Testament, and then later the Latin Vulgate. So that's when it took place. So it's actually one book. And our plan is to continue to go through 1 Kings, now finish it, and then go on into 2 Kings with the Lord's help. Now, just to put everything into proper context this morning, it's absolutely essential that we have our Bibles open and that we look at the very context of these things. Coming to the specific context of this passage this morning, I must remind you that because of the idolatry of Israel, and which led to the wickedness, as we saw last week. Remember how Naboth was sadly stoned to death, and how the people of Israel were quite content to even watch the dogs lick up his blood in the streets. There was an indifference to the godly, and an indifference even to the godly laws, or the laws of God that he had